Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is deembuvi. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make a point to do so. If you have, thank you so much for the support. I have been MIA for a while, life. So anyway, we are back now, and on today's video I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how I made this hair. So make sure you watch the video till the end to get all the details. So the hair that I'm going to be using is this Brazilian weave bundle by Sistar Hair Kenya, and it does come with a closure for the front part, and I used it in number 133, and as you can see from the clip, this is how the hair looks like. Okay, the first thing you want to do when you're making a wig that has a closure is to sew in the closure first. What I did is I pinned my closure to the wig cap and then went ahead to stitch the closure onto the front part of my wig cap. You don't want to make a mistake of stitching or rather sewing the bundles and then finishing with the closure, because you might find that you don't have enough working space for the closure, or like maybe you have too much working space and you have gaps on your wig. So what I'm doing basically is just doing the stitching of the closure to the front part of my wig cap. So this is not hard, stitching is not hard, ni rahisi. Just insert the needle, pull, insert, pull, and make sure you knot at the beginning and at the end of each stitch line. Also, you want to make sure that your stitches are as close to the hair as possible, like so that at the end, like when you're done stitching, you can cut this extra net closure thing. I hope you guys do understand what I mean, but I think I've shown like very, very well. Like on this video, you can see that my stitching is really, really close to the hair and not like at the end of this closure. Okay, so now the next thing that you want to do is to cut off any extra closure material, like from the closure and of course the wig material underneath where you had sewn your closure, and make sure that you cut as close as possible to the stitches, but also be careful not to cut the stitches because they'll just run and now like you probably won't have anywhere to stitch on. Ideally, this is what you're supposed to be working with, as you can see from the clip. I did cut the front part, like the net front part that you can see here when I was working on the wig later on. Okay, now let's get to the actual wig making process, of which you're gonna need a needle and thread, a couple of pins, a mannequin head, and a wig cap, and of course your wig bundles. For me, I usually start my stitching by tying a knot at the beginning of every wig line that I stitch, and then I run a couple of stitches like so, like I am on this video, and then after I'm done with the stitching on the wig line or on the wig weft, I secure again by tying a knot or by repeating a couple of stitches, just to ensure that the wig weft is securely stitched onto the wig cap. I hope I'm making sense. And also make sure that you use the right tension when you're doing your stitching, just because this is handmade, so over time you might find that if your stitches were loose, it will start loosening up, alafu unaona like mauzi uko katikati ya wig yako, and that's not what you want. And as you can see, I am done like with the first weave line, and I've repeated my stitches, and then I did cut off the extra thread before I started the next line. So to start your next weave line, what you're going to do is just fold over the hair onto like the next position where you would like it to be at, or like on your trace lines, like here. I do not advise you to cut your hair, simply because I don't think it will be neat, and this is just easier and faster. And again, just repeat the process. After you have folded over the hair, pin it down, just to make it easier for you to stitch, because when you've pinned, it's not moving around. Pin it down again. Start by securing a couple of stitches or with a knot, stitch, and then finish by repeating another like a couple of stitches or like tying a knot. So I do believe I'm explaining this as well as I possibly can, and I hope mnaelewa kindly. So this is an aerial view of me stitching the weave onto the wig cap. So maybe if you haven't been understanding the previous clips, maybe you will understand here because it's closer. But anyway, I just want to talk about the weave bundles and the materials that I used and plug you guys to where I got them and give you as much details as I can. Again, like I mentioned as the video was starting, the bundles that I used in this video are from Sistar Hair Kenya, and it is the Brazilian weave bundles, and it does come with a closure. I got my hair from Perida Center in Dubois. It was $580, and I think it's $580 to $650 depending on where you get it. I got it in the number 133, and on the color range I do believe that Sistar has other different colors. I haven't tried out other colors, but I'm sure there's a number one, like there's a black. I really wish like they would come up with different color ranges, like a blonde. Again, I'm not so sure by the way if those colors are there or not. Anyway, the hair has a yucky feel, and it's quite like it's medium length, long, like it's not too long, it's not too short, and I do believe that it's a multi-purpose wig. Like you can wear this to work, you can wear this out, like you can go with it to school. It turns out really well. I guess you guys saw like when the video was starting. What else do I have to say about the hair? Oh yeah, I did try flat ironing it. I have also tried blow drying the hair, and I have also run a hot comb through it, and it does take them very well. But make sure that you use the low heat on your flat irons and all those equipment, just because the hair is synthetic and there are chances that it could burn. But for me, when I did the low heat, like with the flat iron, the blow dry and all, it took them really well. Now let me speak on the downside of the hair. Being a synthetic wig, of course, it does shed, and for this particular one, it does shed a lot. So when you're combing it, just make sure you use a wide tooth comb to straighten it and to just to make sure that it's neat. Anyway, other than that, it's a great wig. Personally, for me, I 100% recommend it. This is the second time I am getting like this wig. This is the second time I am making this wig and wearing it, and the first time that I did wear it for a couple of months. The old one is still in the house, but it's quite bit now. So yeah, if you are thinking about getting this wig, please do. Yeah, so now we are on to the last final ish steps of our wig making. So here you want to make sure that your bundle is as close as possible to the closure when you're stitching. This is just to make sure that there are no gaps again, and of course for a neater finish. There's really nothing special here. Again, it's just pinning, stitching. Just to make sure that this one is really close, like I am here. Again, this clip here is really close, so you guys can see. And as you can see, I started doubling on the bundles just because they're just like ni mingi itatosha, like ni mingi adi itabaki for your head and for your wig making. So yeah.
Woke up on a Saturday morning, hoping that you had called me. Realized it was the afternoon, I'm still sleeping off the party. Party from the night before, summer heat had us down at the shore.
So this is how she turned out. She cute and voluminous, and I love her. I don't have a name for her though. Now I'm just combing the wig to style it, like to see how it suits my face. Here I think I had flat ironed it kidogo. Yeah, and as you guys can see, like from the comb, that's how much shedding is there, and it's new. But either way, there was like a few pieces of it remaining, so with time nitashonelea tu hizo zenye zimebaki hapo. Yeah, that's the amount of shading that I got. Anyway, just enjoy me nikijibamba tu hapa hivi, looking cute or whatever. Yeah, okay, ignore that. So to add a little spice, a little oomph, I usually wear headbands with this particular wig just because it looks nicer. So anyway, that's the final product. I hope you guys love it. I personally love it. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys learned something and that you guys are gonna buy this wig. So if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do, and also don't forget to turn on the post notification bell button so that you don't miss any time I post. And like, share, and leave a comment. Bye. See you guys on my next one.
Man, the glow up been too real. Bet y'all liking what y'all see. Yeah, my mama is a soldier and my daddy is a G. When you put them two together, what you think that made me?